Hello, everybody. Testing here to see if the live stream is going to be on. I'm not sure. It's kind of like a new things up here. I'm not sure if it works or not, but I'm getting it started here. Hopefully, everything is going to be okay. I still have not seen that the live stream is going. But it seems like it because I'm monitoring on the screen if it goes live. What I want to start in here is first of all, this is energy at 6 p.m. that you see it on your screen. In here, that is it, the energy that is going to be at 6 p.m. And here is how it's going to have like lack of the balance. In this lack of balance, that it's going to be there. It's going to be showing up a big time, particularly because this is a areas at the seventh house. Basically, you putting your pressure, you put everything in there. As Mars is approaching Aries, Mars is the ruler of Aries. So Mars is going to be trying to control visions, trying to control structure, trying to control authority, and trying to control what he have to do. So he's at 28 degrees. That is the energy that it's coming up with this, but it's going for a lot of leadership quality changes. Okay, so with this leadership changes that it's gonna be coming in there. Thank you for that it's working, and with this energy that it's gonna be coming in, please don't create problems that it doesn't exist. Particularly, this is gonna be some between you and particularly this is the seventh house energy about relationship. So this is a kind of like the big warning, but what is it coming from though? If you pay attention down here, down below, we are going to go back into the previous hours to see what actually happened. So we're going back into the early in the morning, and this is the energy of in the morning as the moon, Lilith, and the true Lilith, they are all together, right? They're going to be pointing out, have you been grown? Have you been learned how to grow, particularly where? We are talking about Jupiter that is at Cancer. What is your family? What are your family understanding? And that the ego, which is the sun right now, at Aries together with the work, it's going to be coming and putting some lots of pressure into Jupiter about growth. And with this growth, we also seen that the ascendant is with Venus. Yes, there is a trouble in the paradise with Venus that is continue to square Pluto, right? In Taurus is about the material world. Something is not okay. Something is not right. Something has not been changed. Something has not been evolved. So with this energy at 7 o'clock in the morning, be mindful. This is leading to, if you're starting work at 7 o'clock in the morning, this is going to be leading to lots of issues in there at work, because this is going to be the things that you're going to find out that some of the things they're not working properly. At 8 o'clock, the things is going to start to go back to synchronizations. A lot of beautiful energies is going to be coming in as the moon. It's moving from the shadow. It's going into the truth, finding in the truth, and it's passing into our authority. What is going to be your truth that you're going to find? The truth from within yourself, the truth with everything. Particularly, this is a talking about this geopolitical stuff that goes on right now. We're seeing that this is going to be some truth that is going to be out in the public, and it's talking about relationships, because this is the seventh house, and we're seeing that the union that it's coming in there. You're going to be talking about certain things, but Mars is not happy. Mars is already beginning to put the pressure of the intuition. Is like, you know what? I learned things. I gotta go. And we're going to see somehow Mars is going to be acting pretty quick, pretty fast. And this is going to be creating lots of tensions, particularly about tomorrow. We're going to see the intuition is going to be highly under pressure because we have Mercury, Mars, Neptune, and Saturn is going to be a squaring. But that is going to be this pressure that is going to start feeling into the emotions. But we're going to talk about those tomorrow. All right. 9 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Gemini. This is going to be a squaring with Mercury and squaring the moon. Yes, you don't want to talk. Yes, certain things don't want to be talked in there. Lack of communications, particularly within. This is going to be, if you remember, at Mars was in that positions before. Right now, Mercury is in that position. Mercury has to be, you know what, I need to go and seek from within myself. I have to go and dig deeply within myself. And it's going to be some lot of duality because this Gemini, Pisces, and Sagittarius energy, as we are having a lots of duality. We're hearing two things and you don't know what the truth is. You feel two things and you don't know what the truth is. You are communicating inside and you don't know what is going on. All right. The next hour, this is going to be at 10 o'clock. The inner work is going to be the end of Aquarius. That is going to be squaring the end of Uranus. If you haven't watched the video of Uranus, that it's ending. This is ending of certain things in the material world, particularly if that comes into money, real estate, positions, movings, buying a real estate, creating or a job, and particularly also because this is about survival, right? So right now, Mars is looking at Uranus. Is like I have to act upon the changes, and we're gonna see some what Mars is gonna be doing it with this changes because when he entering at Aries, he's gonna be like, I've been waiting to come home, and I'm gonna straighten the things out. But he's going to be doing with the soul, or he's going to be doing with the war. You don't know what is going to happen because this is going to be leading to a lot of unpredictability. Depends on what is your Mars, where is that, and what it does in your chart. All right, 11 o'clock. This is going to be some incoming energy of the inner work that you're going to be dealing with those stresses, those pressures. We're seeing some of the pressures right in here between the inner work, the moon, Lilith, and the true Lilith right now. You figuring things out, even though they put the authority and intuition is in a good communications within yourself. We're going to start seeing it. Lots of things that are going to be, and particularly with that growth, as we're seeing it that Jupiter is right at the ascendant. Okay, so pressures of authority towards the growth, but also pressures of the inner work and the lack of the communications because these two energies here, okay, are affecting so much. And since it's Mars is in hurry up, we are going to see some lots of built pressure within. All right, 12 o'clock. This is going to be the inner work right at the beginning of Aries. Everyone is looking for this new beginning. Everyone is waiting for these actions into the world. Everyone wants to see what is the new, what is going to happen. Have we been changed? Have we been transformed? So with that energy, a lot of has to do with Pluto. Pluto is sextiling the inner work. And that inner work, it's working sextiling with Uranus, accepting the changes and the changes that it's going into what? The family matters, and so on and so on. Venus is looking at though exactly towards Vertex and Lilith. What is going on with this shadow? Why the things are hidden? What I cannot see, what I cannot understand, what I cannot hear, listen, or learn, right? So this is going to be some challenges because that energy is going to be affecting so much. And we're going to see that in the next hour at 1 o'clock, which is the hour of the authority. Why is that hour of the authority? Because the inner work matching sun. Okay, so what is going to be dominated? It's going to be dominated the sun. This is the highest point of the sun, And we're going to see these beautiful trines with Lilith in there, but we also see the square with Jupiter, right? As Venus is going to be squaring the ascendant, I don't feel the love, I don't see the love, and it's going to be a lot of energy of the ego that is going to be opposing Pluto because the lack of the transformations. And without yachts that it's made right in here, we are talking about around Lilith, we're going to start seeing some things that it's going to be buried deep, but they're going to be start what? Coming out in the surface because authority wants to know. This is basically, in the general, in the political stuff, is like, you know what, you give me the informations, but I want to look deep. I want to verify this information. I want to know this information. I want to know what's going on beneath the surface. This is going to be some challenge with this, but the ascendant is going to be looking at where? To the North Node. Have you been done your spiritual work? All right, 2 o'clock. The ascendant is going to be at Leo. A lot of fire, a lot of new fire. It's going to be start coming in. We have the Liliths, both of them at Sag, and the moon is at Sag. The sun is at Aries, and we have the ascendant and Leo. A lot of fire, a lot of energy, a lot of new things in there, but this communications and the authority that is not being grown can lead to a lot of what? Suppressions. You need to have the suppressions because Mercury right now is like, I need to go deep in a state of meditation. All right, 3 o'clock. The inner work is going to be at Taurus. As something in the material world is going to point out that the truth has to be found, the truth has to be determined in there. Very beautiful energy with Mercury and Jupiter. You're going to be talking something from a soul to grow from within you. This is going to be a very good timing, but the solution is going to be, are you friendly with all those energies? Because that middle portions of the apex of the yacht, it's going to be at the middle of Sagittarius, Gemini. Since it's coming in from Sagittarius in there, this is going to be what you're going to be telling to the public. You have something to telling to the public, or the public is too afraid of you, or do you have anything that you learn from the public, right? Because this is a publicity, because Sagittarius is ruling the journalism, is ruling the writers, is ruling the what? The philosophy, but also the people who are out there. They think they are VIP, very important persons, and so on and so on. Also the so-called digital creators, right? So this is going to be some the issue, and we're going to see at 4 o'clock how this energy of duality starts coming up again in there. It's going to become a little bit less duality, but it still is going to have some effects because the ascendant is very close to what? To the south node. Since the moon was there, we're going to feeling a little bit that energy offset, but Lilith is still shadowing the energy. That is the past. The past is right there. Something from the past repeat itself, or something from the past needs to be learned. Karmic lessons, anybody? Because anything that T-squares the knots in there, it's usually related to karma, either the past or the future karma. All right. 5 o'clock is our issues we're talking about between putting yourself together. Particularly, I know I've been talking about this 5 o'clock. I don't know how many times already. But this is the energy of the ascendant that it's opposing Mercury. This is the moon. It's opposing the inner work. It's going to be a lot of duality, particularly the four zodiac signs, which is Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sag. They have a lot of issues in there, particularly when you're trying to put your internal communications. And since Mercury, who is ruling Virgo and Gemini. Okay, right now he is opposing Virgo and he is squaring Gemini. He's like, I don't want to see that home. I don't want to talk about the home. I don't want to talk about me. I have to go, what? Meditate. He's in Pisces. You to go ahead and connect that thought process from within its soul. Hi, here is that 6 o'clock energy. This is about, as what I started the report, it is about be mindful about this energy because there is no balance in the relationship. It's not balanced. The pressures, everything is going to be coming in. We're going to feel these pressures even more in the next day and two, because as we see at the moon tomorrow, is going to be all right here. Okay. So problems in the relationships, yes, there will be a problems into the relationships, but as this energy is going to be so much active, we are going to see that as the moon it's entering Capricorn, that is about the work that we need to do, and we don't like that work. It's going to be because it's out of balance. There is no proper balance from within. Sense everything that it's right now Aries is you beginning to build, but that building doesn't giving all the energies is necessary, since it squares what the inner work at Cancer. A lot of family things coming out in the surface. All right, later on at 7 o'clock, things is going to be a little bit more calm down. There's not going to be that much intensity. There is not going to be that much situations. Ascendant, it still is going to be at Libra. And now the inner work with Jupiter and the dark sun, but we still see that's energies of the sun. There is an Aries, it's putting the pressures. Even though that the moon is working okay with the sun, your intuition is telling you things, we still have some lots of things to work on it. Ascendant that it's going to be at Libra is going to be at divine energies with Venus at Taurus. The divine wants to be active in Taurus. That energy from Venus is going to be go down to Lilith, and from the Lilith is going to be going into the inner work. So whatever you're going to be doing at the inner work and the family, as we are talking about this point right here, right? That energy is going to calm down. It's going to be processed here. What is true, what is false. It's going to go back to the values and love, wherever the values and love is within you. And it's going to be trying to reach that balance, because that balance is right in here. And where the balance is going to be coming, the one balance is going to be coming into a Scorpio, so pay attention to what you have in there. And the other balance is going to be going into Gemini to a fortune. All right, so with that energy, we're going to be continue doing the things. The energy at 8 o'clock, ascendant, it still is going to be at Libra. Now Chiron is going to be coming in the 7th house, but right now Chiron is squaring Jupiter. There is no balance in the person about relationships. There is no growth right now. Why? Because the communications, it has to be processed personally from within. As a Mercury, the only positive aspects right now, that is with Jupiter, but it's going to start what? Fading out, because Mercury has to go where? Has to go to the temple, has to go to the church, has to go seek the divine from within. So it's going to be some very good energies with this. And of course, at 9 o'clock, we are going to be digging in. 9 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Scorpio. Digging in, why is the lack of the transformations with the love? What is it, this trouble in there? As the ascendant is going to be opposing Venus right in here. And Venus is just squaring Pluto. Is it Pluto has something to do? Yes, he does, because this is the energies of transformations. This is like a check valve in a way. It's checking the things out. And the inner work that it's going to be at Leo, it's squaring Venus. So if you feel a little bit underneath the weather, there is a reason for it. Okay, there is a lot of things that needs to be processed of how you build that character of yours. Okay, all right, and we'll continue going in at 10 o'clock. That energy, particularly about love and value ascendant, that it's going to be at Scorpio. So pay attention to what you have this 13 degrees of Scorpio, because that it's opposing Venus. And it's going to be asking you to go ahead and look deeply. What is your love and values? Why they don't work? Just so you know that in Scorpio, it's not all about the intimacy. It's not all about the controlling everything. There, it's also how you create the finalizations of this emotional union into the physical. Okay, because the next union is in Pisces. That's where the spiritual comes in. Okay, the first union, okay, and in emotions is begin where? At Cancer. We are family. Then you go from the family, go through the relationships, right? You put yourself together, and then you go to the Scorpio where you have the physical intimacy, but that also it's what? That it's also a finances cooperations with others. And since Venus is right now at Taurus, it is opposing this. What is your issues in there? Hi, 11 o'clock. Ascendant is going to be opposing Uranus, and this is about this energy that we talk about. There's going to be some certain changes. A lot of is going on with 11 o'clock. But overall, you're going to be able to start and look and search from within. And those searches that it's going to be from within, they are going to be paying off because they are trining Mars, they are trining Neptune in there, and there is the divine energies with Chiron, certain part, certain healing. While the inner work is going to be at Virgo, this is going to be a lot of personal inner work of your one self. I need to work on me. All right, so that's what it was, the astrogravitational report, and I'm gonna be giving you April 8th. What is gonna be facing out? All right, 7 o'clock. We're gonna see some. The moon is gonna be exiting today, Sag. But without the energies, we are going to see some square towards Mars, towards Neptune, towards Saturn. The moon is going to be like, well, there is a lack of desire. There is a lot of lack of actions. I don't see the visions, and therefore there is no structure. The inner work, of course, it's still at Capricorn. She's going to be squaring the sun, the same energy as yesterday. A lot of issues of doing the things because the sun in Aries is going to be like me, about me, about me. Okay? And that's what is more famous because this is where you say, I am. Okay? So pay attention to what you have at Aries in to you, and that's what it was, the astrogravitational report. Hopefully this video went okay. I'm gonna be trying to do it and that way when we get in it here, hopefully the system is gonna be working out. I still do not see some video on my screen. It says poor video. I don't know why, but I'll check the things out. And maybe for tomorrow, the report is gonna be much better with this. Just let me know in the comments. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for the clicks, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. If it helps in your life, come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report. Much love.